Good morning, happy Saturday. As you can see, it has snowed. I actually had quite a few days there, probably about a solid week of clear ground and sort of warm-ish weather, which is, not gonna lie, a little bit unusual for us this time of year. But it was nice because I've been learning Qigong and practicing Qigong, so I was able to do that outside barefoot on the ground. So it's been nice. Yes, so I must apologize for not being here regularly and uploading as regularly as I was over the summer. We're going through some really important internal processes, and I'm pretty sure that I had mentioned this the last video that I uploaded too, but I gotta say it again, I guess. It's Kayleigh hanging out back there. Yeah, so I've come to do a rune reading. I just did my personal rune reading. Yeah, there's so much that I want to say, but I'm gonna let the runes speak for themselves, so. Oh. I hope you guys are safe. But more importantly, I hope that everyone is prepared to stand up for their freedoms. God within, God without, how shall I ever be in doubt? There's no place where I may go and not there see God's face, not know. I am God's vision and God's ears. It's through the harvest of my years, I am the sower and the sown, God's self-unfolding and God's own. The first rune is Redo. This is the journey. This is the notion that everything in life follows this cyclical pattern, and everything has this like a natural order to it. And when things get tipped too far in one direction, something always happens to break that pattern and put things back into the cyclical pattern, if that makes sense. It's a nice little subtle reminder that there's no destination on this journey. It's about the journey. It's a little bit like that poem that I like to say is my prayer, right? The whole purpose of being here, of being in these bodies, it, to me anyway, is that we're learning and expanding and evolving, and there's different lessons that we're here to learn. And the fact of the matter is, well, I believe anyway, that your soul chose to be here right now, and chose to be here to experience this time. 2020 has been exciting for me. I don't know about you guys. The second rune is Awas. This is the horse, or horses. If you look at it, it's like two horses' noses touching. It's cute, I think. Anyway, Awas. This is about working in tandem, whether that is with other people or whether that is with your own inner divine self. The Germans have a word. Yeah, the Germans have a word for what we in North America, I guess, or in the English-speaking countries call our higher self or our divine self. They call it their fetch. And in Latin, it's called your daemon. And in Greek, gotta double check now, it's called your genius. Genius, daemon, higher self, fetch, they're all the same. It's the same concept. The Gnostics and those that follow Thelema call it your holy guardian angel. More or less, it's your divine, it's your divine spark. Anyway, this rune asks you to develop a relationship with it. And the last rune is Manas. This is the rune for mankind. This is the rune for brotherhood and sisterhood. It is a reminder that we all come from a divine spark, a divine source, a true source. And within us is the capacity to bring that down onto earth, which is very related to Awaz, the concept I was just talking about with Awaz. That's really cool. That's a really beautiful reading, I think. So we're on this journey together, and absolutely nothing in life follows a linear pattern. Literally nothing follows a linear pattern. For example, recovery from addiction or recovery from any kind of negative habit or pattern or way of being, right? The trajectory is never perfect like this. I think, honestly, I think that would be boring. Yeah. I had this experience last year. Some really crazy stuff happened, and I got this feeling. Hi, Kayleigh. She loves to come while I'm mid-rune reading. Well, okay, see you later. I had this experience last year where I felt like at one point during this experience, I'm not gonna lie, it was influenced by psychedelics, where I had a conversation with somebody or something, and I got this feeling like I have come and done this many times. Kayleigh, no digging. And while talking to this entity, I got the feeling of going from A to Z to A to Z to A to Z to A to Z, and I asked this entity whether it was God or some spirit, I have no idea, or whether I was talking in the real world simultaneously. I have no idea, but I asked, like, yeah, but have you ever been A, or have you ever been a Z? And the point of this is just that that whole experience, or that whole idea of us embodying this God consciousness, and how we are experiencing life and evolving and growing, and playing out all of these different stories and paths in order for consciousness to expand. It's kind of the idea behind Rado, I feel. And yeah, have you ever been to NA? This life is precious. The path you walk is your own. It is unique. There are many others that have walked similar paths, but the one you're in right now is unique. It is individual to you. And like I was saying with Rado, not only is it not a linear path, kind of spirals. You just keep spiraling. And there are others around you that you can work in tandem with. Usually when I pull this in a reading, especially when it's in the middle like this, it's not just talking about other people or romantic partners. It's talking about anyone and everyone from your soul tribe, but also your inner divine self. You're being asked to develop a relationship with that aspect of yourself, and with the others around you and in your life that have a similar vision and a similar desire for the future. You're being asked to find those people, to connect with them, but also to connect with your own inner guidance. So ultimately, when I'm consulting my runes, I'm consulting myself. I'm consulting that inner part of me that is connected to the all that is. And I mean, you could view it in a more like scientific way and say that I'm consulting my subconscious, because that's also true. But you know. So yeah, when I consult my runes and when I consult tarot, I'm consulting myself. And the more you work with something like that, you have to see it as a tool, right? The runes themselves are wonderful tools, and the more I consult with them, the easier it is for me to tap into and consult myself without using the tool. And ultimately these things they're just things. That's exactly it. Reading tarot and reading runes isn't the core practice of my spiritual practice. They're just tools to help me connect to the all that is. So I guess ultimately what I want to say is that it is really important for you, dear viewer, to practice on your own with connecting to source. That's really what that rune reading was about. Is you already have that connection. You don't need to go through anybody else. Putting your butt in my face. Yeah, you have that connection. You have that ability. You don't need anyone else outside of you. You don't need any tools. You already have the ability. The tools just assist. Hi. Hi. So keep it simple. Keep it simple. The more complicated you make things for yourself, the harder it is, and the more like caught up in ego you get. Not that I don't struggle with that. Oh, I struggle. Yeah, okay. Excuse me. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I love you guys. Take care. Stop watching the news. Peace.